Yeah, hi guys. It's that time of the week again that I know you all look forward to. I'll try and keep this short, but there are a few graphs to get through, I'm afraid. This week, we'll be covering the weekly stats to give an understanding of how my time was spent. We'll cover the weekly ranking results. And then to finish off, we'll see some of the highlights of the week, shall we? Let's get right into it. As we can see, another week has been spent with not a great deal of singing and dancing on my lives compared to my begging. Although the hours spent singing and dancing on my lives is a monthly best week, we have also seen a sharp increase of hours begging and repeating myself too. If we look at the total as a whole, the singing and dancing on my lives represents a time percentage in the low teens, which is a massive improvement from the 7% we saw 2 weeks ago. In terms of followers, we did not reach the target of 20,000 new followers this week, but we did obtain little over 2,000. So it ain't bad, I suppose. And that leaves still a huge way away to the 1 million followers in 6 months I said I would 100% reach. Now that's the shitty graphs out the way. Let's discuss the weekly rankings. This week was the week I decided I was going to reach the #1 spot. I somehow concluded that for no good reason whatsoever, I would magically gain a huge new set of rich gifters, ready to part with thousands of their pounds to give to me. Guilty of misunderstanding my own presence on TikTok and misjudging the belief I am at the top when I am actually at the bottom. Saw us start out strong by taking the #1 spot shortly after the weekly ranking started. I held the top spot for approximately 25 seconds, and then a further 25 seconds later I found myself at number 5, and I hastily shot down the rankings from there. By Tuesday, I was barely holding a position in the top 50, and Wednesday saw me successfully fall out of the rankings altogether. In the later days of the challenge, I displayed some insane levels of idiocy by stating that I could still reach #1 because this is TikTok and anything can happen. It didn't happen though, as by the time you are hearing this, I am not ranked at all. And this is because I discovered the weekly rankings to be fixed, and it is comprised of millionaires who gift each other for fun. And all of my supporters had been threatened into not gifting me. Not even reaching number 99 will never be accepted as the true reflection of my popularity on TikTok, and I will still claim I am #1 even though it's pretty clear how I am seen. But as that old and famous saying goes, what goes down must go up. So I am attempting to reach #1 again in 2 weeks' time. Nearly there, guys. Stick with me. To finish off, I thought we'd recap some of the highlights of the week, so we can all see just how much shit I talk and how little I actually do. Monday was exciting. I designed special t-shirts to sell on my website to support my failed efforts to reach #1. Quite funny in hindsight, but nobody bought one. I invited Modine to go and see Snoop with me in concert, and later that day was ridiculed on a TikTok live by going on a podcast disguised as a TikTok live where I was asked about my dad selling Avon. On Tuesday, I didn't go to the Snoop concert I previously said I would go to and went to Camden instead to scream on top of a box. I became angry at an unseen person who was filming me and assumed a lot of additional information on his motivations before leaving. I later announced that I had no sales in my new t-shirts before going on a 4-way TikTok live with Tyrone, which ended with a joke about people needing to bring sleeping bags to my wedding, and this sent Tuna into one of her whiny breakdowns. Wednesday saw me dance with a drunk man and then shout at another person at Nelson's Cullum before announcing I have been invited to my first paid stage performance and then publicly demanding Tyrone make an apology for someone else's joke on the previous night's live stream. Thursday was the most event-filled day of them all. I began by making up a lie that Tuna was feeling like unaliving herself, and I pinned the blame for this first on Tyrone and then quickly spread the blame out to everyone on TikTok. Tuna herself then came on her own live to state that this was a lie and the blame was solely on me. And she branded me a coward to humiliate me once again. Friday saw me decide I have well thought out business plans and repeated my offer to work with businesses on TikTok, which nobody took up before calling the NHS, to try and have one of their workers sacked. And I ended things with a little dance after threatening legal action on DG Decor. And that's it. A successful week. See you all next week, my toasters.